With 2 more years left in the decade, an era of basketball is coming to an end. Since 2010, we have witnessed some of the greatest basketball to ever be played. In this span, we have seen many great teams out the West go to the finals to play one man, LeBron. We have also seen the transition of a game to a faster pace with more shooting and ball movement. This era also featured some of the greatest teams of all time. Let's take a look at the 5 best teams of the 2010s. What's up YouTube, it's your boy SD back with another video, and let's get into it. Number 5, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yes, the Thunder have not won a title in the 2010s, but they have reached far in the playoffs multiple times and have managed to make the playoffs every year except for one. And the one year they did not make it, their star player Kevin Durant was injured. One year they even managed to win 60 games. They have made the conference finals 4 times and went to the finals in 2012 but lost to LeBron and the Heat. In 2016 they were 1 game away from being in the finals, being up 3-1, but we all remember how that went. 6 out of the 8 years they have had into a decade, they have had home court advantage in the playoffs in the first round. This means they have been a top 4 seed in the West ever since 2010. Even with Kevin Durant leaving, training away at Harden, and stars coming and going, they have managed to still be a top team in the West and even in the league. Number 4, the Cleveland Cavaliers. If they did not start the decade off abysmal, they would be higher on the list. They started off with 4 seasons of not making the playoffs and winning 33 games at the most. Then LeBron James came back and changed everything. Each year after he came back, they won over 50 games and they won the Central Division each year. Every season they were a top 2 seed in the East except for the most recent season, 2018. They went to 4 straight finals and could have easily had 2 rings if it wasn't for Kyrie's and Love's injuries in 2015. Either way, they hold the most impressive finals win of all time by coming back from down 3-1 against the 73-win Golden State Warriors. If it wasn't for the championship, this team might not have even been on the list. Number 3, the San Antonio Spurs. They are the only team in the NBA to make the playoffs every single year in this decade and made it every single year since 1998. They have not only made the playoffs but have been contenders each and every year. In this decade, they have been a top 2 seed 6 times. They have won over 50 games all but one season of this decade and won 60 games 4 times. One season they even managed to win 67 games, a franchise record. In the playoffs they have been competitive, making the finals twice, and they lost for the first time to the Heat in 7 games, but got revenge the following year by beating the Heat in 5. They have also made the conference finals 4 times, and one of the 2 times they lost, they were up big against the Warriors until Pachulia injured Kawhi Leonard. And all this team has been very successful and is just missing the rings to be higher on the list. Number 2, the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat started the decade off with a bang by forming a big 3 with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. In that time period, they were a top 2 seed in the East every single year, set the second longest win streak of all time with 27 games, and managed to win 66 games in the 2012-2013 season. If it wasn't for the lockout shortened season, they would have 50 wins every single season during LeBron's tenure there. The Heat did win 2 championships in those 4 years with a total of 4 finals appearances. Even after LeBron left, they managed to make the playoffs in 2016 and most recently 2018. In 2016, they were even a 3rd seed and had 48 wins. In conclusion, the Heat started the decade off with a bang, and since they haven't been a consistent lottery team since, they were able to be number 2 team of the decade. Number 1, the Golden State Warriors. They started the decade off horrible with 2 seasons where they had 12th and 13th seed finishes in the West, but they have improved a lot since then. The next 2 seasons they started getting up there with 2 6th seed finishes and got to the second round once. In the 2014-2015 season, the Warriors exploded, and since then they have won 3 championships and been to 4 finals with the one they lost to being 1 win away from the ring. They have won over 58 games all 4 of these seasons, winning 67 games twice and setting the NBA record with the wins in a season with 73. They have been competing every year and have a chance to three-peat this upcoming season. Since their team is still loaded, they will probably finish the decade off with the best team. In conclusion, the Warriors have had such a dominant 4 years that they were able to take the number 1 seed on the list, but the rest of the teams were all very impressive. You never know though, a new team might win the next 2 championships and shake up the list. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell to get for notification for when I post, and check out my last video, and I'm out.